Good evening, brothers, and welcome to another edition of Golden Insights. This is Brother James Bullard, Eastern Province and Alexandria Fairfax chapter historian, with Brother John Blodger, another one of our outstanding Golden Heritage members. Brother Blodger, share with us where you were made and when.
Well, I was made at Alpha Beta chapter, Alpha Beta, which is at Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan. That's where I was made. I was made on April the 18th, 1953 at 2:53 a.m. in the morning. Okay?
You remember that, huh?
I remember that exactly. Yes, I do.
Absolutely. So I'm sure there were several different fraternal orders on Wayne State's campus. So why Kappa Alpha Psi?
Well, Kappa Alpha Psi had always been my desire as a young man. I had participated in programs down at the Kappa House when I was in high school, and so I was naturally led to join Kappa Alpha Psi. I had several very dear friends who had pledged Kappa, who had gone to high school with me, one who was my dean of pledges, had graduated from the same high school that I had went to in Detroit, which was like Thomas Jefferson, a technical high school, and so that's where I went to high school, and so I was led to go down to Wayne State University so that I could major in chemistry.
Wow. So in essence, you joined because of your participation in either Guide Right or Guide Right like
Yes, Guide Right programs when I was in high school.
Okay. Excellent.
Right.
And so your major was chemistry. Is that the area that you decided to go into later on, or what area? What industry
No,
did you
I worked. I was the first African American chemist that was hired at BASF in Wyandotte, Michigan, and so I worked in chemistry for about 3.5 years. The organization, though, did not have, I was the first one, and they didn't have very many, none other than myself. The federal government, the OFCCP, came in and told them they really should diversify their workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was the only African American in the workforce, they pulled me out of the research labs and asked me to come over and run training programs for them to get more minorities and females into the organization. Okay. And that's how I began my human resources career, which lasted 32 years. Okay?
32 years in human resources.
32 years in human resources.
Okay.
And so I went to work for them, and I ran a number of programs which were successful. The programs were primarily in the area of administrative people as well as technicians for the plant. So I ran those two training programs. After I ran those programs and they were successful in getting a number of minorities and females into the organization, I then got promoted to be the assistant to the vice president who was the VP of labor and employee relations for the organization, and I became his assistant. And through that venue, I was able to move around in the various areas of human resources. So what he did was he put me on kind of a training program to learn human resources. Okay. Also, encouraged me, after to go back to school ultimately to get another degree, which I did. I went back and got an MBA, and with 2 concentrations, one in general management, one in human resources. And so
from which school?
From Wayne State.
Wayne State again. Okay.
Yeah, Wayne State. Yeah, I got my MBA from Wayne. Okay, and I spent about 15 years with BASF, and then I got recruited away from them to go to work for a company called Bendix Corporation. Okay, and I was the first African American who was hired at a director level in HR, and they moved me to the Baltimore area to become the director of employee relations for one of the Bendix Aerospace groups. Okay, and so I came down to Baltimore, stayed there for 3.5 years. Then got another promotion. I moved up to be a group director of employee relations for the same organization for Bendix, and I had plants in Toulouse, France. I had plants in Chatham, Ontario, Troy, Michigan, also in Newport News, Virginia. So I had those groups that I was responsible for from an HR standpoint. Okay.
So it sounds from breaking barriers yourself that you help others break barriers and achieve, and you've had a full lifetime and rewarding and ever escalating career in that.
Absolutely. I also had, speaking of other particular honors, I was was fortunate to serve, in the Society of Human Resource Management, which is an organization of about 300,000 members. And I was the first African-American president of that organization, and then, of that organization. So I had the opportunity to kind of break a barrier in that arena as well. Okay.
Outstanding. Well, you've shared with us a number of outstanding accomplishments throughout your professional career. And obviously, after 50 years in the bond, are there anything in particular within Kappa Alpha Psi that you'd like to highlight?
Well, I think, I have served 9 poll marks here as a parliamentarian of the chapter, okay? Before that, when I was in the Detroit alumni, I happened to serve as Dean of Pledges, and I really enjoyed that role in mentoring young men into the bond, as Dean of Pledges. And so I served in that role before I moved out east here to the East Coast. I was the Dean of Pledges there. I also served on the board of directors, okay. And I happen to also have served on the board of directors here of the Alexander Fairfax, some time back, okay. As far as my outstanding activities in the fraternity, I just want to say, that it's been a delightful 55 years to have been as a participant in the bond, and I look forward to continuing in that role. Okay.
Great. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the brothers?
Well, the only thing else I would like to share with the brothers was that I was fortunate to have an award named after me. The Society of Human Resource Management, the media end of things, named the Diversity Award after me, and so that was given to the outstanding HR person in the communications and media industry. And so it was called the John Blodger Diversity Award. So, so that was just another thing from a work standpoint or a professional career standpoint. So I just think that God has been kind to me, and I just have had a wonderful time, and I've enjoyed life, and and I've been, I think, extremely fortunate to have been maybe in the right place at the right time to have achieved some things.
Right. Brother Blodger, we've known each other over the last at least 10 years or so, and doing this Golden Insight, and one of the values of doing this, there's a lot of new things that I've learned about the things you've broken in the outstanding career that you've had. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure
Okay,
having a Golden Insight, Brother Blodger.
Okay, all right.
Let's talk to you later.
Good. Thank you.